40, episode 33. What's going on, Glenn?
Hey, what's up, man?
So we got back from the last trip about a week ago, and here we are. The only exciting thing about being back is doing this podcast.
Yeah, and just
the rest of it sucks.
Thinking about the trip, I guess. I mean, it went by too fast.
Super fast.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about all morning, like what we're going to talk about today, and I guess we can just get right into it.
Yeah.
So the best part was the size of the group, right?
Yeah, it was a big group.
So we got into Manila, as everybody knows, on that Friday night, and everything went super smooth as for flight delays and in and out of the airport, right? So we got up there, what was it, like 9 o'clock, 9:30?
Yeah, I mean, maybe one of the first times in a while we've had no delays, and
definitely.
Actually, I think it landed a little early.
Yeah, it definitely landed early. And then customs wasn't busy, and next thing you know, we're in the van and we're headed out.
Yeah, we met up with Eric. He met us over there.
Yeah, Eric from Videolux met us at the airport, and him and his girl Nikki jumped in with the van with us and headed up. So speaking of that, if you follow Videolux or you don't, please do. He put out a members only video on his channel of the first night. Check it out. Become a member. It's cheap. Like, the video is badass. So thank you for that, Eric. But
yeah, it was good stuff.
If you follow Videolux and you like his stuff and you're not a member, become a member. I'm telling you, the guy's members only shit is really cool. Almost made me think about maybe we should do members only shit, but
yeah, I mean,
we get away with a lot of stuff on our regular ones, so I don't think we're at that point yet where we need to do. I think the members only thing, the one good thing about it is you don't have to worry about copyright.
Yeah, I think it's like the music and all that.
Yeah.
And I think they, I mean, obviously he was showing a lot of stuff in the club, and
yeah, he doesn't have to censor anything, right? It doesn't have to be, under 18 approved or whatever you want, however you want to call it. So anyways, yeah, check out his site. If you're not a member, I advise becoming one. So he got, what made me think of it is when we got there the first night, we checked in and everything and said hello to everybody. And then when we came out to the street, there was like 50 or 60 people waiting.
Yeah.
It was pretty fucking cool.
I'm going through all the footage and trying to make that a video for that first night. And it's kind of awesome just going through it and seeing, because you don't really, I mean, when we're there, it's like a blur, we're partying,
totally.
having a good time, and, you're saying hi to everyone and not really paying attention to. But yeah, the street was pretty packed. It's kind of funny. Well,
that's what I liked about the video I was referring to in his, is he's kind of got like a side view of all the people hanging out waiting, and then has us coming downstairs, and then obviously we get into the partying. But so we came down and met AJ. He was out there on the street. Got to say hi to him. Met him, and there was a bunch of people, a bunch of subscribers, a bunch of new people. Like we talked about, or you're talking about in the video you're making now. I was just listening to Glenn cut a video that's going to probably come out in a week or so. He's talking about all the new people. So it was really cool. And we went to Onana like we talked about, and that was a pleasant surprise.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I've never been to that bar. I don't even know if there was a bar there before. But yeah. But the layout was good. It was, it was kind of open. So it wasn't crammed. We weren't all packed in there.
No, the layout was amazing. And I had no expectation, right? It was like I said in the podcast with Matt, either there's enough room for us or there's not. It's either got a cold AC or it doesn't, and that will dictate how long we're there. We probably could have stayed there all night. I think we were there a good at least an hour.
Yeah, no, it was good times, man. And then we met what was that guy's name? Chad.
Yeah. Chad. Yes, Chad is the man.
Yeah, no, he was a cool guy, and he was there when we got there. Yeah,
so one of the subscribers that had been commenting and reached out to us and said he was going to be over there, we met. He was actually at the bar waiting for us. So shout out to Chad. We got to know him a little bit better when we came back to Angeles at the end of our trip. Super cool guy. He lives in D.C. and he travels there once a year, but he stays for, a month at a time, which is awesome. But that's his thing. He saves all year and then goes over there for I think he said 40 days or 45 days. So
awesome. Yeah, I had a little interaction with him the first night, and then obviously we were only there for 2 days, so I didn't really get to see him the next night at the mega dance party. So,
but he's exactly like the community or the guys we talk about that we make the videos for. He obviously knows about it and does it. And I asked him how did you find Angeles City? And he said during the pandemic, just watching YouTube videos. Obviously, that was before we had anything out, and that's what sent him over there on his first trip. And then he realized how much fun he could have on, a lighter budget than trying to party in, where he lives in D.C. And he's been coming ever since. And then he came across our stuff, and that's like the style of shit he likes to do. He travels over there by himself, so he was all stoked to meet some other people that were interested in.
Yeah, he hung out with Matt.
Yeah, he hung out a bunch after we came back, and he came to both nights. So he came to the bar hopping and then the mega dance party.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, fucking super cool guy. It's good to meet him, and hopefully we can cross paths on his next yearly trip when it's one of our trips. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, it seems like just from there's a lot more people thinking like us that want to meet up and party and just have a good time. So it was cool to kind of experience that and see that and on this trip, because we were talking about it for months before. So it's like when we were there, it was like nice to just.
Well, yeah, and full disclosure, like me and you started talking about before, like we had no idea what we were walking into, because obviously on the podcast we've just opened it up, like, hey, this is where we're going to be if you want to come. And it for us, we're like, no one's going to show up. And then we started thinking about it, like, what if there's like a bunch of people? Like, what if it's too big, But it turned out to be great, because everyone that did show up was awesome, and just joined the fucking party, joined the entourage, joined the whole community, if you will, and just fit right in, and we had a great time. So back to Onana, like they rolled out the red carpet for us. Like I was super impressed.
Yeah, no, it was they had the banner. Yeah, it was pretty cool. And
did you catch when we walked in? They were playing, I think, the Hawaii 5-0 song.
Yeah,
from the.
Awesome.
I guess because we're from Hawaii, but yeah, that was pretty cool.
No, it was a good experience, man. Like I said, it just like it was so fast that like you didn't really get to soak it in,
Yeah, it was really quick.
Yeah.
But I mean, they delivered. We were there for a good hour and a half and had a great time. And then obviously we moved on to Genesis, and then we finished the night at Sky. Sky got pretty sideways. Like it's kind of a blur for me when we got to Sky. Genesis, as always, was a good time. And again, it's like I said, like I didn't know where we would end up after Onana, and like I don't even know how we ended up going to Genesis. Somebody must have said it, and
yeah, we definitely didn't have a plan. And I think by the time we left Onana, I was feeling pretty good and having a great time, and I just followed the crowd, I think. I don't think there was a plan. I think whoever was like leading the pack just went that way.
Well, that's the thing. In Eric's video, you kind of see like he categorized, like, all right, we're at Onana, we go in, then when he films in there, and then when we're leaving, he's like, bar number 2, we're headed to Genesis, and he kind of like holds up his camera, and there's like this long like line of people walking down that back street where Tequila Reef is. And that's when I kind of realized, like, whoa, there is like 60 or 70 people like that's part of this party, which is cool. And then obviously we get to Genesis, and they had our normal corner, roped off for us, and it was so crowded you couldn't even sit up there, right?
Yeah, it was like, there wasn't really anybody else in there, and that I remember, because I was on the other side. I ended up sitting on the other side of the stage, and everyone had their back to us, and I just looked, and I was like, dude, our whole party's like taking over that little section. No, it was cool.
And then Sky is a little tiny bar, and we had too many people for Sky. Like it went from being empty to like you couldn't even sit down. Like we were standing like this. Like it was so crowded.
I haven't even really looked at all the footage from that, but yeah, it was pretty packed in there.
Yeah, I love Sky. So the first night was a huge success, a lot of fun, and then the next night we had the mega dance party, which was pretty badass too. And I think everybody that went out the night before came out for the mega dance party.
Yeah, those things are always fun, and we obviously we let the family, and they put it together, and everyone, we show up, and it's like, even if it isn't like the bar was, the club wasn't like packed or anything, but our little area was cool, and everyone's having a good time.
The thing that was the roughest, for me, was the back-to-back. Every time we've done a party like the night before, we haven't gone out. So I'm not gonna lie, I was struggling at the party, because that first night was long and no sleep, and I was not 100% the next day.
I think this trip, I also learned, like, just because when we're here, I don't drink, I don't party, like
nothing.
It's just I'm on that grind, and it's like you go there and you just poison your body for whatever 2-3 straight days. And then when we went to Boracay, obviously I didn't stop, and it was rough. This week's been rough for me. It's Saturday, and basically this whole week I just been in just going through the motions type shit.
Like I said, the only thing I was looking forward to coming back was to do this recap podcast. Other than that, it's just been 59 days till the next one.
Yeah, no, it's
But I think that was the lesson I got from this trip was like, don't go out on the first night of bar hopping and then try to have a big party the next night. Like, it's just, I'm sure I wasn't the only one that was struggling, because everybody that was at both parties, you know, had to have been feeling it, I would imagine.
Yeah, no, it's funny too, because I mean, we've been kind of used to the schedule of like flying from here, going to Manila, and then going out. So, you know, obviously you've been up basically almost 24 hours and then partying. And to hear like, you know, like Joey and guys that had never done it, they were like, dude, I can't believe this is like what you guys do, you know?
It's kind of crazy.
I mean, it's stupid, but it's like, that's what we basically been doing. But it's rough I didn't have too bad of a hangover though, but it was definitely rough, like the next day.
Yeah, it's not like a hangover. It's more of just like depleted energy, right? Like,
yeah.
Because that's one thing I like about, I didn't have any hard liquor. I didn't drink, you know, crazy amounts. So it's like I didn't have like a hangover.
Yeah.
It was just like I had just no energy. Like I felt like I just played in a football game, and then I'm like trying to go out bar hopping or go out to a party, and I was just like was dazed. You know, that's the way I felt. I mean, we've done numerous times of landing in Manila and going straight to AC. And back years ago, we flipped the script on that because it is such a tiring, long day, and you know that night is so intense that we changed it up, and we started flying into Manila and then just staying that first night in Manila and basically just catching our bearings, and then going up to AC the next day. And then I think we stopped doing that when the pandemic happened, because when the pandemic stopped and we were able to travel, like we were so fired up to go, we didn't, you know, we weren't going to stay the night in Manila. We were just straight to AC. And ever since then, outside of when we've gone to like Thailand, we haven't done that. And I think we got to look at going back to that, because I was actually talking about with Matt the other night on the phone about this, and I think it just makes for a better plan, because we get there at like 9:30, 10 o'clock, and then we go out. And it's harsh, you know, like, don't get me wrong, we had a fantastic time, but if we could stay in Manila and get up there in the afternoon, and then it will provide a couple things, like what we were talking about. One, we can go out earlier, like we can hit the bars at like 9, rested, and we can last longer, so we can go to more bars, you know?
That's what I was going to say.
And in regards to like filming and getting content, like every time we do what we do, it's like we end up at Genesis and Sky, which is awesome because we love it, but we could expand that. And you know, I wanted to hit Lucifer, I wanted to hit Atlantis, I wanted to hit Vegas, where if we stay in Manila one night and then go make a longer bar hopping night, we can hit all these other places.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, we talked about before we went, we always have this plan, and it all goes out the window. I mean, we were talking about, when I edited the Matt podcast, like we were all talking about like we want to get that awkward encounter, and I don't even remember him seeing him meet her.
I'm glad you brought that up. So a few things about that. One, we had all these plans like we always talk about. One was to get more content, and one was to record that awkward experience, and we did none of them. It was a complete fail. And the funny thing was, like, you remember when we did the podcast with AJ, which we're going to release next week, he asked us, like, did you get all that shit done? And we're just like, we failed yesterday.
Yeah, there's no...
And we got to figure that shit out.
It's funny because it's like I think I'm always thinking about it, and I remember like in the van, like when we're pulling down the street, about to get out, right on, you know, Walking Street. It's like I'm just so jacked to like
the excitement takes you over.
I'm not like, oh, I'm gonna grab my phone or I'm gonna grab, you know, this and film. It's funny because as much as I want to get content, like I just want to go have fun, you know.
Well, yeah, like obviously I wasn't thinking about Matt once we got to the hotel, right? So funny story. So I totally forgot, even though we did the podcast the night before we left, and we were talking about we got to get this awkward encounter between the two of them. By the time we traveled and got there and everything, I totally forgot about it, right? And then as we're exiting the Carousel Hotel to go downstairs to meet everybody, I was right behind Matt, right?
Okay.
And we come out the door, and like I see Genevieve and I see the girl, and I saw the fucking encounter. But that's when I remember, I'm like, fuck. And it's like one of those things, once it's done, you know. We couldn't reenact it, right?
So how was it?
It was fucking awkward. Like Genevieve like kind of pushes her to him, and it was fucking awkward.
Like the side hug or something?
I couldn't hear him because like I was, you know, X amount of steps behind him, but like I saw the encounter, and at that point I'm like, fuck, we totally forgot to do this.
Yeah.
But at that point the ship had sailed.
I thought about it like this week when I was like putting it together. I was like, oh, we were supposed to do that shit. Fuck, I forgot.
We should reach out to Eric because like he has this perspective of us coming out, and like in his video he shows everybody, and then it clips to like I'm already on the street. And I think I'm saying hi to like Julie, so he might have that part. I got to reach out to him.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how he edited it, if like he has it or not, but he possibly could, because he's like on the side and we're coming out like this.
Yeah, dude.
And
That
like
would be great.
he shows everybody, and then he kind of explains what's going on, and then you know how it like clips to another clip, and by that time like I'm standing there and I'm saying hi to Julie, and Matt's already like standing over here, and then I say hi to AJ, and he has that on film. He might have it, but we wanted it to be mic'd up because like. But
I mean, it was a good trip for him. He ended up, hanging with her, and I
mean,
awesome.
So if you watch the Monster podcast, and we were giving him a hard time about reaching out to her and if she would show up, she was there. She went on the trip. Sounds like they had a good time, but we'll get more into it with him the next time we have him out on a podcast. But we're gonna press him because, as he said in the podcast, he's looking for somebody to travel with consistently. So I'm instantly pressing him now, like, so you took her, it was fun. Are you going to stay in contact with her? And he can't commit.
Yeah, no way. The best is just put him on the hot seat. Like, how fucking, you got all,
Yeah, he couldn't answer any of it.
Good stuff.
But I did see the awkward experience. That was funny.
Yeah. No, it was good to see everyone. I mean, obviously Eric, and then, my cousin Alan showed up. And it was, I wish I could have, it just felt so fast. I don't know about you, but that whole trip, it might be the quickest trip I've ever been a part of. I feel like,
what's weird is like when it's over it always feels like it's fast, but then when you think back to like the day we left, it feels like forever ago. You ever?
Yeah, I get it.
Because like when I was driving home from the airport with Mikey, Alex, and Francis, it felt like when we were driving to the airport, it seemed like a lifetime ago, but the trip just seemed to fly by. I don't know why that is, but it's kind of weird.
Yeah, I mean, it was weird because I think we didn't spend that much time in Boracay, so usually when we go to these island destinations, we stay there quite a bit, and then you're kind of you get enough time there. And this one was just it was pretty quick, and then we were out, and then we came back. So
yeah, it was 2 days travel, 3 days travel, 1 day travel.
Yeah, and when you do all that traveling in such a short trip, it kind of
makes it go by quick.
It goes by quick. So,
but that first night was freaking awesome.
Yeah, no, great time. Man.
I wish I had more energy on the second night. But I just think we can't plan them back to back like that. As we get older and older, it makes it harder and harder. But I think we got to go back to the staying in Manila and just relaxing the first night and catching our jet lag, and then coming back up and going crazy.
Yeah, no, it's always rough, especially when we're just not used to it, and then we go do it, and then you're like, fuck.
I gotta say, I think Onana was definitely the highlight of it, because I went in with no expectation, having no idea what the place looked like, and obviously they reached out to us, so we were excited to go see them. And like I said, they rolled out the red carpet, and it was really fun.
Yeah, it was a cool little bar. I mean, there's a ton of girls in there, and it was fun, man. Everyone had a good time, and the AC was good.
So I don't even know if I told you this. So the last time we were there, December, January, it was the first time staying at the Carousel Hotel, right? And obviously the Carousel Hotel is owned by a Wolfpack Group, and the Carousel Bar is obviously connected to it. And I'd met one of the managers that was up in the lobby of the Carousel Hotel talking to Amy, and he'd seen the channel, we were talking about it, and I asked him about filming in Carousel Bar, and he said, no, that bar they don't let you in, which didn't really make sense because we've obviously filmed in Avalon and Lucifer, which are Wolfpack bars, right? Yeah. But kind of what I got from the conversation was it depends on the manager of that particular establishment, right? So he basically said, yeah, you guys can't film. I was like, all right, no problem. And obviously we didn't go in there, right? So I think it was day 2 when I was getting ready to go to the mega dance party. I came out of the hotel, and the manager comes running out of Carousel like, hey, you guys can film here now. Now you can film here.
Dude, it's funny you said, because I think I remember, I don't know who it was, but someone came up to me and was like, yeah, you guys could film. And obviously at that point, we were going
it's too late, right? I was like, I wish you would have told me this last night, because we would have started a little bit in there, because we had all these people waiting on the street. We could have told everyone to go in the bar. We could have walked in there, had some drinks, filmed a little bit, and then gone to Onana.
Yeah, I mean, that place is big, too. Because we've been in there a couple times. Obviously, we haven't filmed or anything, but we've always had a good time in that spot. So
I wonder what changed their mind.
Maybe the money rain? I don't know.
I mean, it is everyone is saying how tourism is slow there, so maybe they realize that that's a
tourism was
moneymaker.
just slow in general, right? I mean, even our trip to the islands, like, that was pretty wild to see. Not, I mean, there wasn't. Like Boracay's always packed, and it wasn't as crazy. So,
I mean, it's definitely the rainy time of year.
Yeah.
So, but no, like you're right. Like I told you, like I saw that article where just overall tourism into the Philippines is down, not just Angeles City, just the whole country. Like they used to be. I mean, it's like Thailand, Laos, Cambodia, Indonesia, like all those countries in that region, and they had them like ranked of numbers of tourists that come in a year, and the Philippines used to be like top 3, and now it's like on the bottom half of 10.
Wow.
This last year, and different podcasts and blogs have their opinion why, but I don't know.
Yeah. No, it was kind of. I mean, even at the airport, like going through customs, right?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
When we were leaving, there was like no one in line. Usually, you're waiting in line forever.
Well, the biggest trip was the jetty port leaving Boracay.
Yeah.
There's that port where you go to get a boat to get back to the airport, and every time me and Glenn have been there, that place has been complete chaos. Now, the hotels, and like, don't get me wrong, they're very good at moving people through it, but it's always like jam-packed with people. Yeah. And me and Glenn showed up there. Our van was the last one of the group to get there, and like, it was a fucking ghost town. Like,
yeah, like it was like I made me feel like, is this place open or what's going on?
It made me feel like there was going to be like an attack, like. So like all the locals like dispersed because they knew something bad was about to happen. It's like, this is really weird. Like there's nobody here.
Yeah, I think we were like the only van in that little, because usually you pull up and there's like vans everywhere, people everywhere. You got to follow that little tour, like the tour person that will basically get you through the port
and get you on your boat.
Yeah,
and they're very good at it. Don't get me wrong, but that day was like, there's nobody here.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And we got lucky with the weather. I mean, they call it rainy season, and I mean, that's something we should tell people. Like, don't be discouraged to go there because it's rainy season. Like, what that means is there's going to be rain, but it doesn't mean it's raining 24/7. Like, it rained at night while we were in Boracay, but each day was freaking beautiful. Like,
yeah, we got really lucky. That was like my main concern was just getting, having good weather, because you're only there for such a short time.
Yeah, and we've been there when it's non-rainy season and caught rain. So it's a tropical environment like Hawaii. Like, you're going to get rain every day at some point, depending on how much or how little or when. But don't like read that it's rainy season and not go on a trip. I mean, if you want to get the best weather, it's obviously that window of like February to whatever May is probably the best. Like their summer months, they call it. So that would be like your best shot of not having rain at all. But I wouldn't, if you can't go on those dates, I wouldn't not plan a trip because June or July is rainy season, because it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, because when we've gone there multiple times, over the years, in like June, July, and sometimes we get good weather, sometimes it's.
Mostly, if my memory serves me right, every time we've been there June, July, we've had great weather. The worst weather we've had in the country is September, October, or December.
Yeah.
Obviously, March. Every time we go in March, April, it's freaking beautiful. And June seems like we've been very lucky then, and. Because remember, we went to Coron in September and we caught a lot of rain. And then obviously December, when we were in Bohol and Boracay, we caught some rain.
Yeah.
But this trip, Mother Nature was on our side for sure.
Yeah, it was a big group of people. It was fun, though.
So I'm excited for when you're done with the AJ podcast.
Yeah, AJ was, it was good. It was good to meet him, and he's good people, man. I didn't know he's in the military. It's awesome.
Yeah, we didn't really know his story, obviously, until we met him. And it's My Views, Your World is the name. I keep butchering it, but now I think I got it right. And it was really good to sit down with him. And like me and Glenn keep finding out every time we sit down with a lot of these people, we end up seeing how much like-minded we are. And like he talks about on the podcast, like he was a career military guy. He was in the Navy for 20 years. And that just opened his eyes up to international travel. I think he said he was stationed in Okinawa for a while, among other places, and he learned about traveling, and that's what he's channeled. That's what he started the channel, is to basically get people to learn or show people to travel, to get them out of their comfort zone and like try something new. And that's exactly what we always talk about. Yeah. So like when he mentioned it in the podcast, me and Glenn both start laughing, and he's like looking at us like, what was funny about that? And then I had to explain to him, like, dude, it's awesome because you have the same mindset as us. Super cool guy, and it was really fun talking to him. And I mean, he's living a dream. He's retired. He's in his early 40s and decided to move over to the Philippines because his pension or his retirement can obviously go a lot farther. So the YouTube stuff's kind of like a hobby for him.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, he's going to get monetized and he'll make money off it someday. I have no doubt. But it's kind of cool that it's like he doesn't have to worry about that. He just films and makes what he wants.
Yeah, he's a lot like Keith, which he ended up being good friends with, right?
Yeah, no. So he told me he met Keith and him and Keith are buddies. Like, they hang out.
That's awesome. Yeah, Keith. I'm bummed we didn't get to see him, man. Keith's a good guy.
And I was talking to AJ at the Mega Dance party. And it was me, him, I think Faith, and somebody else. And he'd brought a friend with him. And he was saying that something he learned in the Navy, like, and it's just the best. It's just cool to hear. And basically what he said was, like, when I was in the Navy, I learned that, like, you know, things like race, where you're from, age don't matter when you meet people, you know. And he had this buddy that was with him. I don't remember the guy's name. He was an older white gentleman. And, you know, he's like, when I learned that in the Navy, like, you know, that shit doesn't matter. You're just friends with people you relate to, and, you know, people that are positive, people you have a good time with. He's like, ever since then, I got friends all ages, all races. And it's like, yeah, dude, like, I totally agree with you.
Yeah,
like,
no, that's definitely the truth, man.
because there's good people everywhere.
Yeah,
you know,
especially just doing this, like, and, you know, this short time we've been doing this, like, we've met so many people that I used wouldn't, you know, think you would, you know, have a, you know, vibe with or whatever, and they're good people. So
yeah, and he's from, you know, Cincinnati, Ohio, and went to the Navy, and then, you know, saw the whole world, and now he's living the fucking dream. So excited for that podcast to come out. Check it out. I think we blew his mind with the party too. Like, he said he had a fucking fantastic time.
yeah, he was. He said he was like a little overwhelmed at first, and then he kind of
I
was
think
like,
most people are.
yeah. I mean, I'm still overwhelmed with the chaos, and when I see it, you know, once I watch all the footage we have, it's like, dude, this is what, you know, we got into.
Saw Chubbs too. He wasn't available to go to the parties that we had, but he went live the Friday morning we were back, and
You got to see Matt.
yeah, Matt and Chad were out, you know, drinking early in the morning, and they saw him over at Phillies Go Live. I got to go talk to him. It was always good to see him, and his channel's growing. So check
Yeah.
out Chubbs Dub C, especially if you're planning on moving there. Like, that was one of the guys AJ said he watched a bunch of for, like, apartment hunting and
Yeah.
you know, budgeting and how to get over there. So if you're somebody that's thinking about making that move over there, I recommend checking out Chubbs Dub C's page, because he gives a lot of that type of information among other stuff. But he's very informative if you're trying to move over there.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to see him.
Yeah, I just saw him briefly when he went live, and he was sitting there. Matt was already all drunk, and Matt's like talking his ear off, and that's why he's cool. He just lets anybody come talk to him while he's going live, and, you know, talks to them and whatnot. But yeah, Matt and Chad got on one that morning. Chad's a savage. The guy brought a beer bong with him that he said he got at, like, Spencer's in the mall.
That's amazing.
And Matt and him were taking beer bongs literally 8 a.m. that Friday morning. And I was just like, you guys are savages. I don't know how the rest of that day ended, because we ended up heading to Manila, you know, around noon.
I think I went to exchange money across the street from, like, a hotel, and I think I saw those guys walking down the street with holding the beer bong in hand. I was just like, oh man.
So I snuck into Sky for a minute that morning, because we were all sitting out there having coffee and breakfast, and that's when Chad came out. We met him, and then he also told us he won the beer pong competition at Aqua at ABC, and they gave him a trophy, and he brought the trophy down. It was pretty cool. So he's a beer pong champion, and something I learned in my college days, especially when I was at Arizona State, is like, you don't ever play drinking games with people from the East Coast or the Midwest, cold weather environments, right? Because they're all so goddamn good at it. Because when the winter months hit,
Yeah.
all they do is sit inside and play drinking games. And us California kids, like, we're drinking at the beach or, you know, wherever we're at, but we're not
fun.
playing indoor type of drinking games, and they'll just kick your fucking ass. So, like, he said he showed up to the beer pong thing, and he said within minutes he knew he was going to win, because it's just like they were, like, teaching people how to play. They were in the competition. He's just, like, nailing them, you know?
That's funny.
So he won that. So yeah, they start, you know, grabs the beer bong, and, like, him and Matt start hammering him, and I'm just like, dude, these guys are savages. So anyways, they leave to go. Now they're already rolling, you know, so they're going to go bar hopping. And it's like, you know, 10 a.m. You know, I went and did some other things, and then, like, I came back and I saw them going to Sky. So I went over there to basically say goodbye to them, because we were leaving soon. I walk into Sky, and it's like him and Matt, and there's, like, however many girls were working, maybe 8, and there's, like, an MC guy, and, like, they were just on stage, like, beer bonging and dancing, and it's like 10 a.m. And I'm like, dude, these guys are awesome. Like, they were having so much fun.
That's awesome.
I mean, I can't do that daytime shit like that, but I mean, more power to them, because they can.
Yeah, fuck, dude, I could barely do the night. don't know about day stuff. I wouldn't make it. I'd probably be like Matt. I wouldn't make the nighttime fucking parties.
No way. Oh, so by the way, Matt did make the Megadance party.
Yeah, he definitely did.
I don't know how his whole Saturday went, but he was cool. Like he made the party. He didn't get too drunk. I know he stayed out real late the first night because we closed the tab down at Sky when I left, and it was probably, I don't know, 2 a.m. or something. Like I closed the main tab for like that huge party. And then Matt stuck around, I think, with a lot of people from the party, and there was another tab that we had to pay the next day. So I think he was at Sky till it closed, and I think it closes at like 3 or 4. I think 4 a.m.
Jesus.
Excuse me. So yeah, so he kept the party going as he always does. But I mean, he must have got back to his room and recovered because he was all systems go for the Megadance party.
Yeah, he was on the dance floor. He was like the life of the party, man.
I'm excited for the video for the Megadance too. Again, it was a great setup, and we kind of got in there early too. Like we were the only people there, but if you look at the footage, it's like it's packed.
Yeah, it was just that back section. I mean, it was all of us. So
there's a few of the the musical performances, and then there was a dance performance, and then they had that I guess it was like a lingerie competition with the Angels, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was. I mean, yeah, we just created our own party. There wasn't really anyone else in there, so it was awesome.
I think people are going to start thinking those things are fixed because like Genevieve always wins. You ever notice that? And I have no say in we always get like outside people to be judges.
Oh, really? I don't even know we did that.
Like, even at like the house party, like Faith and Sammy were a judge, and I don't know who the judges were on this one. I know Faith was one of them, and Faith doesn't have like any big connection to us. She's just like a girl we met over there that vlogs in the Philippines, so it's like she has no agenda for us, know. So I mean, the girl won the raffle, she's won multiple of these contests, but we're never the ones voting on it. So it's like I started thinking like people are going to think this is fixed because the girl always wins, but she always wins because she's dynamic as fuck, right?
Yeah.
Like she puts on a show and it's like takes home the prize.
Yeah, I didn't even know. I mean, I had no idea. I just thought they were just up there dancing, doing their thing. I didn't know there was a prize.
In Eric's video, is it his video? Maybe it's either your footage that you were showing me on the plane or his video. I don't remember, but there's where she's standing there with Faith, and I didn't recognize the other person, and they're handing her like the prize. Yeah. It might have been your footage.
Gotcha.
I don't even know what the prize was. Like
cash.
It was cash, but I don't remember the amount. Like it was just part of the whole, the budget of the party that they worked it in. So I don't even know what it was. But anyways, big winner.
Overall, it's good times. It's kind of sad that we're back here, to be honest.
Oh, definitely is. Definitely is. But this is a quick turnaround, kind of like the January to March trip was like basically 2 months. And then the March to that trip was 3 months. And this one's going to be another 2-month turnaround, so that at least it will come quick.
Yeah, I mean, the best part is we already have at least a plane ticket to Manila, so...
Yeah, September 9th, we're headed that way. We still got to figure out exactly what we're going to do.
Yeah.
And if we don't make it to Angeles City, we will definitely make it there in December. So if you're planning a trip and you want to be part of one of the bar hopping nights, like look at early December, because that's probably the next time we'll be back in Angeles for sure. Possibly September, but definitely for sure December. Because like Matt's not coming in September, and Joey's not coming in September. So we'll figure it out though.
Sounds good.
I think I kind of covered everything I wanted to talk about.
Yeah. No, I mean, definitely talked about, basically, we were only there for 2 days, but, definitely talked about everything.
It was an intense 2 days. Definitely an intense 2 fucking days.
Took a toll on my body.
So if you were at the parties with us, comment in this one and tell us about your experience. So I don't know if you noticed this, but one of the weird things when you put this kind of stuff out and people comment, and then you invite them to a party and they come talk to you, it's like it's hard to figure out who they are when it comes to comments, because people don't come up and introduce you with their YouTube handle, right? They introduce you by their name, and not everybody uses their name on their YouTube handle. Like I had multiple conversations with Chad, and it took me a while to put together exactly who he was. And then obviously once I figured out, I was like, oh dude, you're the one that sent me the picture of the money rain machine. Like, okay, cool. So it's like when you when you come introduce yourself, like tell us what your name is on YouTube as well as your name, please, because then I remember most of the comments,
Yeah.
you know, like because we always respond to them, and a lot of our commenters are, you know, continuous, which is great, and we appreciate it, and that's why we're making this stuff, is for you guys and for you to engage you and be part of it and come party with us. But yeah, tell us that so I can put it together, because I felt like an idiot with some of the people that came up. I'm just like, yeah, nice to meet you, and then I'm like trying to figure out what was their comment like.
You should be like, which video did you comment on? You know.
That was something that I learned on this trip. Anyways, that's about what I got for today.
Yeah, that's all I got.
So hopefully you can put a little footage up while we're talking in this podcast of those nights. And I know you're working on the video of that first night, and then obviously we'll have a video for the mega dance party. And again, check out Videolux. Join the members only. He's got an awesome video, among other stuff he does.
Yeah, that guy pumped out a video already.
Check out My Views, Your World, AJ stuff. That will be our podcast next week, and we'll show you guys what he's up to. So check him out. Chubbs and Lexi too. Check out their stuff. We got our little vlog community.
There it is.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Please comment. Tell us how your experience went, and comment if you want to join us on another one, or if you're new or you want to come, let us know. We're here to help. Let's do it.
All right. Thanks, guys.